TIFU by taking my wife's lunch money. So wife and I are going through some financial difficulties. Last year she lost her ability to walk normally and is now handicapped. This really hurt our finances. I'm currently working 3 part-time jobs. Just picked up the 3rd one this week. We share one job at a thrift store which supports us in a way. We can call out anytime without consequences. We didn't have enough for gas and food today, so I asked my mom for $20 for food so we could eat lunch. On the way to work I wanted to stop through Chick-fil-A to get a soda. I just really wanted one before going into work. Like coffee basically. I didn't really think about finances or how that would impact the day's budget or anything like that. I just wanted a soda and didn't think it through. Wife is upset with me because that came out of her food money as mine is a set price and she wanted to use hers to buy some stuff at the store. Food. I didn't even realize it until she pointed it out when we got home. We have been making a ton of sacrifices to make things work. I don't buy myself anything anymore and I'm having to ask my mother for help while I try to get back on top of the finances. Wife isn't super mad at me, just frustrated. Eating out is one of my guilty pleasures because I don't really get to buy or do anything else. I came to the realization today though that we are so poor that buying a soda can affect whether we can eat lunch or not. I'm not giving her a good life at all. I feel like a loser. And now I feel like a terrible husband. TL. Dear, I wanted a soda but didn't realize it came out of wife's lunch money for the day. Edit. Thank you all for the kind words. I didn't expect this many responses. I want to address several points. We were advised that she wouldn't get disability likely because she can work something and it's really hard to get. Granted, we should still apply, get denied, and appeal. But dealing with so many things, it just hasn't happened yet, and that is on us. I used to work a full-time job as a data entry specialist. But I suffered from anxiety attacks and decided to build my own work-from-home job. One of my biggest life philosophies is to be around family, and I just felt trapped. My wife encouraged me and worked 2 jobs while I built mine up, and it was going well actually. Before her legs gave out, we started having an emergency fund, saving, spending money, and things looked like they were going well. When she got hurt, I neglected my job to take care of her and figure out what to do. And it fell a lot. Now this is no excuse for not getting a full-time job again, but it really freaks me out and I believe this is a mental disorder. I'm seeking help on it. My doctor and coach have both recommended a therapist, BetterHelp, and I've looked into local, all booked, and the recommended cost too much and not covered by insurance. However, thanks to the support of my doctor, I am getting medicine to help relieve stress and anxiety and was able to pick up the 2 extra part-time jobs. I completely agree that eating out is horrible for the budget. As I mentioned above, it is a guilty pleasure. Almost an addiction. I just get so sick of frozen food and the like and want a meal. Also, we live 40 minutes from town, work. So it's difficult to stop by the house for lunch to make something fresh. No excuses. I just know it is one of my weaknesses and I should fix it. I probably downplay it in my head as a reasonable weakness since I don't drink or smoke for personal reasons. I was budgeting quite well, I think, using Mint and different accounts to balance things. But in the last 6 months it just became too much. We just didn't make enough. $600 per adult is just not enough to live off of no matter the budget or sacrifice. Medical, gas, utilities, and food all cost way more than that. We have talked about food stamps. I don't think I qualify, and when she looked, she said she didn't meet the criteria because she doesn't work enough. She doesn't have an official diagnosis because she was 1 point off. She does have a handicap pass but no financial aid ATM. I want to mention that my wife is not mad at me. She was just frustrated, and usually we are very good about communicating. It has just been stressful. She has not shut me out or anything, but she has developed a lot of self-loathing and helplessness, which I am trying to convince her that she can still live a great life and accomplish many things. The financial stress is not helping her though. Also, she is literally in pain every single day, which is destroying us mentally. She also has regular flare-ups, which makes her bedridden. So it's hard for her to make a long-term plan while trying to figure out how to get through each day. She did apply for several online things but didn't hear back. Our friend did hire her as a project manager, which she is very happy about and feels like she is contributing to the household again. Honestly, I don't mind her not working, and I just want her to focus on taking care of herself and doing her exercises to reduce pain and help her walk with support. I think I have a bit of self-loathing needing her help with the finances, as I just want to support her so she can focus on health and not worry about money. I think we both have been getting so focused on surviving the day that we neglected some long-term planning, and that likely contributed to this incident. I will try to be better about budgeting and not avoiding it due to stress. It was nice to get all of this off my chest, as if I tell my wife, she is likely to blame herself and feel guilty. We have a tendency to blame ourselves when the other has a bad situation. Thank you all for the kind words and the helpful links. Come and see us at our Eat Cheap and Healthy and at our Meal Prep Sunday. Getting food stuff under control might help you feel less stressed. Why don't you apply for disability with the government? I hate to break it to you, but eating out is costing more than you realize. Where I am, I drink from Chick-fil-A is more expensive than a gas station soda. And a gas station soda is right around $2 for a medium. You said you're out to eat. Budget is a set amount daily. How much is that? Take that amount times the number of days a month you eat out. Even at $10 a day average for a cheaper meal in a fast food joint, that's $300 a month for me. That's almost a month's worth of gas, and I drive Uber and Lyft when I'm bored. Planning ahead is essential when you're on a budget. Like shopping for sales so you can buy soda and keep it in your refrigerator for when you want one, instead of buying fast food. Buy some food articles at the grocery and brown bag it. With occasional eating out, you will be amazed at how much cheaper it is. I don't understand your financial situation. Does the shared job count toward the 3 you claim to have? Why don't you work full-time? Why your lunch is a set price, etc. But you don't seem to have an agreed-upon budget for your family. You say it was news to you that you couldn't afford the soda. That's where the problem is. You need to have the conversation. Figure out what your needs cost, then divide the leftover amount equally for your wants. You should both get money toward wants. Maybe you get a soda once a week. Maybe not at all. And if the money isn't going far enough, you need to reevaluate your jobs. Are you working enough? And is she? Work today is virtual. You don't have to walk to earn money. Make sure that you're not making excuses for each other in this regard. If you're counting the pennies to that extent, you should be taking a sandwich to work. There really is no need to spend on fast food that is not only unhealthy but also expensive and not filling long term. You can buy multi-packs of soda and take one to work. You went to a fast food place, only to get soda? Find your local food bank and get groceries. Fast food makes an insane profit on fountain drinks. If you're hooked on soda like that, I'd say go to the nearest grocery store to get a 2-liter one for the same price instead. I empathize with wanting to give yourself some kind of a treat. I am amid similar struggles. But staying frugal while achieving the reward can remove some guilt, which keeps it enjoyable. I wish you the best. I'm so sorry that your wife is not well, and I hope she feels stronger very soon. A lot of people have been giving advice for your wife to get disability, and I 100% support that. I wanted to comment in case there is a particular reason why your wife cannot apply or cannot qualify though. I have a disability and remote working is really important for me, but being a developer just isn't. For me, I had to do some thinking on alternatives. Here are some remote working ideas for her to consider. Developer is an obvious one. Product manager, which I am. Project manager, head of people, HR. Customer success manager, recruiter, QA specialist, marketing specialist, teaching English, online copy writer, editor, UI designer. All she needs to do is mass apply, get a junior role, and climb up the ranks. There are cheap online courses she can do whilst she applies, and even if it doesn't pay well, she can look into an apprenticeship for the experience, which she can do when she's not helping in the store with you. If she is able, disability would help a lot whilst she applies for jobs and studies. She will be able to do something remotely and contribute financially. I understand why she might not want to be on disability long term. Working gives a great sense of self and independence, which I understand from my own experience. One thing I did which some might not support is I did not mention my disability during the interview stage. I mentioned it when I got the job. At that point they are obliged to provide reasonable adjustments. My job was advertised as part-time remote. Now I am able to work as much as I want remotely and just come in a couple times a month. I got myself a junior role, and now, 4 years later, I earn £55,000 a year, which is pretty good going, I'd say, at 28. Your wife has got this. And it could be an idea for you to look into this too. Things might look bleak now, but it will get better. Keep pushing forward and hold one another's hand through it. Heart. Rice and beans. It's rough out here, man. Sounds like you'll be more considerate next time though, and I think that matters most. I'd encourage you to look into applying for any sort of benefit you can. I do clinical social work, and understand that asking for help is one of the hardest things for some folks to do. But they still consider it weak. Don't fall into that. Best. This sounds like a terrible solution, but bear with me. Legally divorce your wife. You can get power of attorney for medical to make certain you remain each other's decision maker. But you would singly each likely qualify for more government assistance. Look into the numbers first. But I've known more than one couple who've done this because of medical debt. I just want to say you're being too hard on yourself. I'm not married, so I don't understand the full scope of what you're feeling, but to me the loser in this scenario would be the guy who, upon discovering his wife is suddenly disabled, abandons her to her own devices. You did the exact opposite and are, in fact, struggling courageously to provide a life for the woman you love. While it would be amazing to provide for her, that is something you can work on building. We all have to start somewhere. You said yourself that you've been making sacrifices, and sacrifices require courage. If you have courage, it's impossible to be a loser. Chin up and keep working hard. You'll get there together, and it'll make it all the nicer when you do. You sound like you're trying your best. And no, a slip-up doesn't make you a bad husband. However, get a grip of your finances. Know your budgets and spendings and plan ahead. If you know what you can and cannot spend, and choose wisely, you can save a lot of money. Money that I think that would really help the both of you do some extra fun things occasionally, and to start saving some money. Even if it's a little bit each month. Money saved is money saved. You'll thank yourself in the long run. My sister and her boyfriend have been poor for 5 years or so due to circumstances. But they didn't have to be. They just continue to spend unwisely and don't have a grip of their finances at all. My GF and I have less income for now, but are able to do a lot more with it. I saved these 2 websites that were mentioned in a Reddit comment. Hope this helps. 4-leaf clover. Commenter: I'm not sure if this helps at all, but you can try these 2 websites to see if there could be any help at all in your area for this issue. Needhelppayingbills.com. Findhelp.org. It's okay, you can improve everything. I don't know about you, but as far as I can remember, drinking out was seen as luxury. My parents used to cook and pack all their work lunch meals as family day out. We would eat sandwiches prepared back home. Just this saves a ton of money. And also soda is bad for health. Switch it for some flavored water you can prepare at home. Lemon water, mint water, orange water, or even some sugary powder if you really crave it. I mostly just want to leave a word of encouragement for you and your wife. It's so hard, but you are trying and so is she. Keep going, and I will pray that easier days are ahead. Heart. Apply for the disability. You will most likely get denied. That's, unfortunately, how it works. Appeal. Apply for SNAP. Look for food pantries in your area. That's why they are there. Also, some therapists offer a sliding scale payment option. Call around.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.